This is one of the better weeks I've seen in a while on the Switch eShop, mainly because it's full of what I would consider classics and new releases. Now today I'm going to be covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia, and I have 11 games to run you all through. My name's Alex, this is SwitchCorner, and if you do enjoy the video today, consider subscribing. We're pushing for 60,000 subscribers right now, so each and every one of you makes a huge difference. I also have 2 winners to announce for 2 $10 eShop gift cards later in the video, and 2 more to give away. To enter, drop a comment down below and those winners they'll be announced in next week's video. Remember to head to XPCorner.net as well, our website where you can find reviews, deals, news and previews for the Switch, PlayStation, Xbox and PC. The support over there means a huge amount. No Man's Sky is back with 50% off, matching the low price, and this incredible sci-fi adventure featuring an endless universe doesn't need much in the way of introduction. The game encourages you to chart your path to its center. The highlight, however, is the freedom it provides to play the game your own way. For many, the story isn't the main draw, it's the exploration, survival, crafting, and discovering new planets that takes center stage. Admittedly, when it first released on PlayStation, this game was disappointing, but the developers have dropped non-stop updates since it launched. Now it's one of the most impressive experiences out there. I share a similar sentiment towards the Switch build, although it probably shouldn't work with the hardware capabilities, they did manage to pull it off. Yes, there are occasional frame rate wobbles and the visuals definitely take a hit, but experiencing this universe in handheld is just something special. My favourite feeling in this game, hopping in a ship, leaving a planet, and then seamlessly landing on another. The Pathless is an action-adventure game that places you in the shoes of a master archer. Accompanied by an eagle, your mission takes you to a mystical island tasked with defeating a curse that is rapidly spreading across it. The game's combat is light, limited to only a few sequences, but the real highlight is the robust acrobatic maneuvers that you are able to execute. It's a game that's truly centered around exploration, focusing on targeting these gems that provide a significant boost to your speed. There are elements that remind me of Zelda, particularly the environmental puzzles that are dispersed throughout the world, and my review is below in the pinned comment. Here then, it's matching the low price with 50% off. SIFU is for the beat-em-up fans out there. The gameplay is presented in third person and it centers around ultra difficult combat and mastering the control scheme. It puts a lot of emphasis on both offensive and defensive measures. The story, you're on a quest for revenge after someone destroyed your family. Here's where it becomes unique. You age by 7 years every time you do die. This is really a twist on the roguelike formula, and as you get older, your strength and abilities alter, impacting the skill tree that you can leverage. Honestly, I hope to see more from this world, and yes, it does have a few frame rate issues at points, but it's still an absolute blast to play. It's 40% off and matching the low price, and my review is in the pinned comments. Hades, a modern masterpiece, is once again matching the lowest price with 50% off. It is the king of the roguelike genre as players make daring escape attempts from hell, battling through hosts of locations and boss encounters, all while unlocking new abilities and weapons. Despite occasional frame rate drops and minor stutters when transitioning between locations, this game does an incredible job. The sequel will be releasing on Steam next year, so hopefully we see a Switch build sometime soon after that. Check out my full review in the pinned comments. But yeah, you all know Hades, so let's move on. A shout out then to Qubic Games for sponsoring today's video with 2 of their latest releases, Aquarium Land and Merge Master, both of which have a massive launch discount alive right now. Aquarium Land is giving me an air of dig deep, but here we are diving into an aquatic adventure where you can fish, swim and explore diverse marine environments. From goldfish to incredible sea creatures, we'll catch over 100 species to adorn what is our expanding aquarium shop. It even features 2-player local multiplayer, and transport options include a motorboat and a jet ski. Along this journey, expect to upgrade our aquarium, hire employees, work with customers, and of course become the ultimate fish tycoon. Merge Master then is all about strategic dinosaur battles, which is all about really merging smaller units to create more powerful ones, which boost their attack power and health. It's not just dinos either, but expect archers and mages as well. Now as you progress, the cost of units increases, meaning you'll need to be thinking about not only what's happening right now, but also what's going to be happening in a few turns' time. If you do think you've got what it takes then as well, you can battle your friends in a local 2-player, and you should expect a slew of bosses to overcome. Both games are available for 60% off, making them super budget options, and thanks again to Qubic for sponsoring this video. You can find out more information on both of them in the pinned comments. Shantae and the Seven Sirens is the latest installment in this incredible series, a vibrant 2D Metroidvania adventure where Shantae finds herself attending a tropical festival on an island, only to discover a hidden underground city ruled by the powerful and mysterious Sirens. And as you delve deeper, expect to unlock new abilities and transformations for Shantae, along with a collectible card system. Honestly, I'd recommend all of the Shantae games, they are some of the best out there. I actually reviewed this as well, so find that video in the pinned comment, but right now it's 50% off and matching the low price. Cassette Beasts is a game I only played recently and I was impressed. Now they just released a new DLC called Peer of the Unknown, which is paid, but I had to give it a mention. You can actually learn more about that DLC over at XPCorner.net. I'll be linking that article below. I was really impressed with the base game here though. It's a spin on the Pokemon formula, and the overall idea is that we can transform into monsters by using retro cassette tapes. This allows us to battle against the island's threats. It's not just about battling either, we can fuse forms, and there's some puzzle solving and dungeon crawling involved along the way. It's a new low price, 25% off. The Dragon Crim is our first winner of the week. Then it's disappointing to hear that Convergence still has performance issues. It's a League of Legends spin-off, and if they could correct this, it would be incredible. Thanks for the update, Dragon. Drop me an email for the code, and everyone else, we have a second winner coming up here shortly in the video. Deathwish Enforcers then is my pickup of the week, meaning it's not a recommendation, rather maybe you'll want to join me for the ride. I'd honestly never heard of it, stumbled upon it today in fact, but it seems it's something to do with limited run games, so if you know anything about it, do let us know in the comments. It's an arcade shooter though, and the story, it's set in 1969, and you are part of an elite police force, Deathwish Enforcers, battling an evil crime syndicate invading the streets of San Francisco. As a dedicated squad member, your job is to eliminate these criminals and restore peace by basically dethroning the syndicate's leader. It's a parody of classic action films from the 70s and 60s, and you can expect 7 levels to overcome and a choice of 4 different squad members. Right now then, it's a new low price, 20% off. Stay Out of the House is a recent horror release from Puppet Combo Games, masters of the PS1-esque horror experience, and this is, in my opinion, dark stuff. I reviewed it on the channel, so I'll be linking that video down below, but the idea here, it's basically lifted straight from classic horror movies, and that is, you are on the road with a friend, said friend goes missing, you investigate, and now you are trapped inside a house with a killer and a particularly mean grandma. The goal, escape, but get caught too many times and it is going to be game over. What I really liked here was the fact each time they do find you, they lock you back up, but the house gradually changes. Things such as security cameras come into play. It won't be for everyone, so do check out my review first, but it's 20% off, a new low price. Dredge is a game I picked up recently, and now that I've played it, I absolutely recommend it. I didn't know what to expect going in, and honestly, it's kind of tough to explain. It also surprised me though, so I'd say go and watch a video review first. However, I'd summarize it as a single-player adventure game where you play as a fisherman arriving in a mysterious town. Now you're heading out to catch a fish, completing quests, and simply uncovering secrets about this new location along that journey. Then you get to upgrade your boat and the equipment. I know it doesn't sound particularly exciting, but what elevates it is kind of this evil that lurks in this world around you. There's this constant tension, it's really quite sinister as well at times, and that can come from the inhabitants of the ocean. It's 20% off and matching the low price, and it may be one of the most unique games I've personally played in some time. They also just announced a new paid DLC, we actually covered that in our news over on XPCorner.net, so I'll be linking that article below. Neon White is just a quick mention, it was on sale actually a few weeks back, but now it returns and it's now in all regions. It's 30% off, matching the low price. If you do like the idea of a first-person shooter mixed with almost deck builder styled mechanics, then absolutely come here. It is one of my favourite recent games, and they are now taking pre-orders for a physical and incredible soundtrack over on iam8bit.com. I pre-ordered that the second it went live, and I will link that below. Fredo Made Me Mo is our second winner, shouting out the mention of performance issues. We do try to make sure you know everything before you do part with that cash. Congrats though, Fred. Drop me an email for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next week's video. Blasphemous 2 to close this week out, and not a massive discount, 20% off, but it is a new release, and that is a new low price. Now this is the return of the Penitent one, and from a gameplay perspective, I do think it outdoes the original. The weapon variety is better, the level layout is often stunning, and the challenge remains intact. I also prefer the platforming controls packed in here, where this Metroidvania stumbles slightly is its presentation. If you've played the original, it has these stunning pixel art cutscenes, and they've been replaced here with something that feels more like anime. This may be down to the fact they lost the original artist from what I understand, but they don't quite tonally match, even if they are still impressive. It is still well worth playing, however, and my video is down below. And that's the video down. What will you be adding to the library this week? Let me know in the comments. With that, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.